Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Real Astrology 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. This is going to be a astrology reading for all signs for the week of February 15th to the 20th. Now, yes, February 15th is what is the February 15th is going to be Tuesday, right? Usually I do my week ahead forecast for Monday through Saturday, but the reason I'm not doing this for February 14th is because I am going to be posting a video on the 14th where, instead of doing the usual, oh, this is your Valentine's Day reading, that sort of stuff, which I'm sure a gazillion people have already, posted per se, I'm doing something totally different for Valentine's, which is going to be a special. I haven't yet decided if I want to make it a live stream or not. I really am not. I just don't know. I haven't decided. But anywho, from February 15th to the 20th is what this particular astrology week ahead forecast is. And again, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your comments and your views, your subscriptions, your thumbs up, your encouragement, and your kind words. I really do appreciate it. I hope all of y'all know that. Now, one thing I do want to say is for those of you who are just visiting this astrology channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you, I'm kind of just adjusting myself, just sat down and I was like, okay, do my shoulders look square? Am I sitting sloppy or am I sitting straight? The usual stuff. So I'm going to say that, what was I going to say? Yeah. The weekly astrology forecast, the way I do it is I do it as per the Western astrology, right? But for the monthlies, I do the month ahead astrology. I do the Sidereal Vedic type of thing, which goes on a completely different, calendar. So that way, those of you who are interested in the Western astrology, you all watch the weeklies and you all get it for the whole month, right? Watch all the weeklies and you get it. And for those of you who are interested in the Vedic or Sidereal astrology, you all watch the month ahead, okay? So, and I want to keep these astrology videos short and concise because astrology can get quite in-depth. It can get quite detailed and technical, and I've been getting quite a few emails from people who are saying, we just want the gist of it, and I appreciate it, and I can completely understand that. If I were interested in watching an astrology video, I don't want to know all the other stuff that's lying around. Just give me the basics, because to me, in my humble opinion, astrology is all about getting a insight, if you would. It's like getting a preview for the book that this author has written before it is printed and then published and all that stuff. So just getting a sneak peek as to what the general idea, what's going on, what are the energies around me, what do I need to do to prepare myself, and that sort of a stuff. Now granted, I am not the author, I'm an astrologer, but the universe is the author, right? Okay, so I'm going to read out some general patterns for this week. Okay, let me mark it on my calendar. We're talking about the 15th, but so on February 14th, okay, this is all the chart for the transits, etc. So on February 14th, you're going to have Pallas enters Aries and Pluto trine True Node, okay. Then on February 14th, Mercury enters Aquarius, okay? And February 16th, it is a full moon in Leo, fantastic. February 17th, Jupiter sextiles Uranus. Then February 18th, Sun enters Pisces. February 23rd, Jupiter semi-square Pluto. So this is the general information. Now let's take a look at, I need to actually write down the timestamps, right? Oh my God, I forgot. Okay, let's get some paper. There we go, timestamps. That is the general introduction. Bear with me, everybody. Okay, so let us go with Aries, right? Aries, 4 minutes and 47 seconds. So Aries, for you, it's very, very interesting because Pluto is going to trine True Node and Pallas enters Aries. Then you have Mercury enters Aquarius. and Jupiter sextile Uranus, then Sun enters Pisces, and Jupiter semi-square Pluto. This is very, very interesting. So for Aries, I'm going to say with the full moon, let's just focus on the full moon for a second here. So full moon in Leo, what does that mean for you? So Leo is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, your fifth house. So your full moon in the fifth house talks about love affairs, speculations, about kids, about whatever. So if there is a full moon in that particular house, then I'm going to say you're going to have to deal with those situations with your head, not your heart. Okay, things can get a little bit emotional, and you might be kind of getting a little bit, what's the word, wavery, or you're not too sure, you're a little bit emotional. But I'm going to say you have to deal with that situation, right? Get catch the bull by the horns, if you will. Deal with the situation, stand up and do the right thing. I'm also going to tell y'all that it will behoove y'all if y'all refrain from veering and having weird dalliances from your intimate relationships with the loved one, because this is a time where when you talk about speculations, etc., what happens when you speculate. Things don't necessarily go right. So I'm going to say dial it back a little, take care, pay attention, okay, that sort of a thing. And also, as far as your kids are concerned, I'm going to say with the full moon in Leo, things about your children are going to come into the spotlight, right? And if there is something that needed to be completed, if there's something that you weren't too sure about, if it was hidden, or if your child, what have you, like, I don't know, I don't want to join XYZ university, I want to go to ABC university, little things like that, whatever it is that they had hidden from you, in the sense that not in a negative way, but didn't want to really disclose to you, all those things are going to come to light. Also, with regards to your children, if you feel that there is something that you did not know about your child, that's going to come to light. But I'm going to say, be careful. If you're going to be speculating on the stock market, on this, on that, on relationships, or what have you, be a little conservative is what I'm going to say for you, okay? And let's take a look at something else over here. Aries. The Sun enters Pisces on February 18th, right? Remember, this reading is from the 15th to the 20th. So Sun enters Pisces. So Pisces is going to be your 12th house. And when the Sun enters Pisces, so your 12th house is karma, hidden supports, institutions, etc. All that is going to be illuminated. So when all that is going to be illuminated, this is your opportunity to do what you need to take into consideration all the aspects of that house, your 12th house, your karmic things, your karmic relationships, things that, anything you had going on with your, the institutions, financial institutions, medical institutions, what have you, educational institutions, government agencies, or maybe the organization you work for, all those things, whatever karmic dues or ties or supports you had with those institutions, all those things are going to come to light. Now, I'm also going to say, if there are any karmic balances that you need to pay, I'm going to say, best get to it. Okay? So, and when we talk about karma coming back, we say often enough, oh, don't worry, karma is going to come back and bite so-and-so in the behind. Look, a lot of people think it's bah humbug, but on the other hand, I should say what goes around comes around. So look at things from that perspective. Now, if there is something that has been hidden, if there's something nefarious going on, either somebody has done something nefarious to you or deceived you or deception or any such thing, or if there's a karmic due that you were supposed to pay and you didn't, this is the time for you to be able to take care of all of those things. Fantastic opportunity. And the Sun entering Pisces, I'm going to say, like, there's going to be a real emphasis also on all Piscean type of character traits, right? So the dreaminess, that wanting to delve into maybe even psychic issues, or delve into the esoterics, or delve into things that you never really thought that you would really venture into or want to partake of, or want to educate yourself about, etc. But I'm also going to say, if you are one of those Aries who has artistic inclinations or an orientation towards being artistic or being an artist or any such talents, and you kind of put it on the back shelf, this is a good opportunity for you to be able to bring it forward and say, hey, maybe pick up the drawing board again, or pick up the sketch pen or the paintbrush, that sort of a thing. I absolutely love it. So next, let's move on to Taurus. I hope I don't lose this thing. Taurus is 10 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay. I might get up and shut that window if that gets a little too bright for me, if it's getting right into my eyes. Ooh, it's really, really bright. If I sit back like this, yeah, I think you guys won't mind. You can still hear me, right? All right. I like the light though, but I don't like it hitting my face. So for you, my beautiful Taurus. So again, for Taurus, Pallas enters Aries. I mean, for the week, right? Pallas enters Aries on 14th, Feb 14th. Pluto will trine True North on Feb 14th. Mercury enters Aquarius on Feb 14th. Then February 16th, full moon in Leo. February 17th, Jupiter sextile Uranus. So let's take a look at the Mercury entering Aquarius. Now, Taurus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, Mercury is all about communication, right? And Aquarius is your 10th house. So, 10th house is career, reputation, morals, and life goals. So I'm going to say for you guys, for Taurans, be careful of how you communicate with people, particularly in your work environment. Okay, be very careful as to how how should I phrase this? So communication may be a little bit. I said it, but I really didn't say it. More like insinuations, more like, what's the word? They won't necessarily call it out or say it in words, but they'll be almost like insinuate things, if you know what I mean. So be careful with communication, okay? I'm going to say communication is still quite in focus, and communication regarding your career, your reputation, that sort of stuff. So watch it. So just kind of be careful of what you say, and also pay attention to what people are saying, right? Then let's look at the full moon in Leo. So Taurus, your Leo's 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth house. So fourth house does talk about emotions, home, family roots, etc. And the full moon is in Leo. Now, when we look at Leo, Leo is, that big leonine character. It's all about, big, think about it. Just think about the lion in the desert, right? It's like, the personality of a lion, if you will. And then you look at the fourth house aspects. So if the full moon is in the fourth house, I mean, Leo is your fourth house, and the full moon is in the fourth house. So it does talk about, you taking a very bold approach to certain things, such as your emotions, your home, maybe your mother, your family roots, and affairs at the end of their life. What do I mean by bold approach? Like you may... maybe you're not going to be as conservative in the way you look at these things, your emotions. Maybe there's something with regards to your relationship with your mother or your mother figure where you've always been a little bit holding back, in terms of maybe showing your love, expressing your emotions, maybe even reconnecting with this individual. And this is an opportunity for you to be able to actually do that, which is fantastic. Maybe, over a period of time, you'll realize, even though you all are in good standing, you all weren't really talking to each other with the same level of transparency or sharing as much as you used to in the past. So all those things are going to come to light. And I'm going to say with the sun in the, full moon in Leo, pay attention to the health of your loved ones, and make sure that, if there's anything to do with cardiac issues or anything like that, take care of those things. I'm not trying to scare you all, but go to the doctor, get checked. And if your mom needs to go and, that sort of a thing, or your parent, anybody, needs to go to the doctor or whatever, don't, how the older generation, they say, I'll be fine. What's the doctor going to give me that I can't get over the counter? Let's just go to the pharmacy and get some Tylenol type of thing. No, pay attention. And also, fourth house, your emotions are going to be a little bit more spotlighted, if you will, right? There may be an overwhelming flow of emotions. Maybe you are kind of getting a little, I wouldn't say sensitive, but maybe all that you have kept quiet is all now coming up, right? And it's kind of bubbling over, and you're now in a position where you're going to say, maybe you just chose not to acknowledge all these emotions, and now you're like, oh, it's about time I dealt with it, right? So that is that. Ooh, baby, that was harsh, really bright. Okay, then what are we looking at? The sun enters Pisces on February 18th. I'm only touching on the important aspects. And of course, if you want a personal reading, get in touch with me. You can email me. My email is therealastrology1123@gmail.com. So when we look at the sun entering Pisces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th house. So 11th house aspects, Pisces is your 11th house. So 11th house talks about, like-minded people, groups and friends, etc. So what I'm going to say to you is, when the sun is entering that, your 11th house, this is a great opportunity for you to build on your relationships with, your friends, etc. Or maybe even if you were thinking about, joining a new organization, people sorry, y'all, I know I shouldn't be doing this on camera. It's not, oh, that is too much. I absolutely have to. There we go. Sorry, everybody. That was like really too bright. I couldn't deal with it. There's only so much of the sun I can take. Oh, my God. Whew, blinding. Okay, so let's get to this. So, to 11th house, right? Like-minded people, groups and friends. So if you are part of an organization or a group of people, like a network group or an intimate group of people where, like-minded people, maybe, I don't know, maybe a painting club or a, bird watching organization or club or group or whatever you call it, or animal rescue group or any such thing. There's a sun is shining on that. So if you are at this time, let's say, for example, you've been wanting to join the Road Track Club or the Interact Club or the Lions Club or whichever, and you never really got an opportunity, and maybe you had to wait for somebody to introduce you or to sponsor you or something like that. This is a great time. Those things may come to be. Maybe you were looking to I don't know, the racket club or the I don't know, y'all, just organizations, whatever organizations, be it a knitting club or whatever use. Or maybe if you wanted to even join the city council type of thing, right? So, and you were waiting for sponsors or such, this is a great time. Maybe you should look into your groups, you should look onto your groups of friends and people who you get along with, who are of the same thought process or things like that, to see if maybe something positive can come of those connections, those networking connections, those people. Maybe, now you are better able to communicate with somebody. Maybe for a few weeks or months you were unable to reach the president of the club or whatever you. So this is a great opportunity for you to be able to build on all of that. So let's move on to Gemini. All right, for Gemini, let's take a look. So Pallas enters Aries on the 14th. Pluto trine true node 14th. Mercury enters Aquarius on the 14th. Full moon in Leo on the 16th. Jupiter sextile Uranus on the 17th, and the Sun enters Pisces on the 18th. So I'm going to talk about just the important aspects of it, y'all, okay? Because getting into all these sextiles and squares and this and that, it just... when we talk about Mercury entering Aquarius, as we all very well know, Mercury is about communication, be it, communication as in your computers, your text messages, you just communicating with people, email, this, that, and the other, right? And it is going to enter Aquarius. Now, for you, Gemini, Aquarius is going to be your 9th house. So communications with regards to maybe somebody who is who you consider a father figure. Maybe this is regarding communicating with a university or a college, or maybe you were to write a your thesis or such for your graduation or for points. Maybe you needed to communicate with somebody with regards your intent for higher education. or even your travel. So if there is any communication that needs to occur with regards to these areas, one more time, let me confirm that we are reading for Gemini, right? And that is in Aquarius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that is correct. So this is a great time for communicating. If you needed to write to a university and say, hey, I want grants, or any such thing, great opportunity for you to be able to work on that and to be able to get all that going, and maybe even say, oh, look, by the way, the university has already accepted my application for class, and now I just need to make sure my travel plans are all things. So who do you need to communicate with regards to that, right? So then let's take a look at the sun entering Pisces on the 18th, right? So Pisces for you, my beautiful Geminis, 10th house. So Pisces is your 10th house, and when the sun enters at 10th house, everything and anything to do with your career, reputation, morals, and life goals. Gemini, right? Yes, anything and everything to do with your career, your reputation, your morals, your life goals, right? Great opportunity for progress there. Fantastic opportunity. Well, Kitana, what do you mean by saying morals? It's like, well, 10th house, some of the 10th house aspects are career, reputation, morals, life goals, so on and so forth. So if this is regarding your life goals, great opportunity to expand on that, to go ahead with it. Maybe this is a green signal you were looking for or you were waiting on. Your career, great opportunity for your career to, the sun is in this house. So maybe your career in your field of work, maybe like, you always felt like the sun has not been shining on you. You were not in the spotlight and you're going, wow, come on, I put in so much effort. What the hell is going on? Well, now is a fantastic time for you to be able to build on that and to maximize on all the brownie points that you've collected over the years, right? And if you need to get together, letters of recommendations, and if you need to get together all the emails you got, a good job done, it never hurts to have all of that. Hey, if you need to blow your own trumpet, you need to blow your own trumpet. But if people have been giving you kudos in the form of emails or text messages, I would say keep track of all that. You never know when that's going to come in handy, right? Like, for example, hey, look, this is how my customers look at me. They are so appreciative of me, my co-workers, etc. So if you're looking for a promotion and you have all of this, you can say, hey, look, here's my little book. See how sweet I am? That sort of stuff. So great opportunity. So your 10th house, focus on your career, right? And also I'm going to say, look, your reputation is also going to be on the spotlight. So please make sure that, you conduct yourself appropriately, because when the sun enters this house, people are also going to look at every aspect of your character, right? Not just your performance and but how you come across as an individual, what kind of a moral compass you have, that sort of thing. All that's going to be on the spotlight. So focus and make sure, that you live up to your expectations or the expectations of others, or because this is going to affect your career and long-term effects too as well for you folks. Okay, so that's as far as that is concerned. Then we go to Cancer, right? Cancer 23, 24. So my beautiful Cancerians, for you, 14th, Pallas enters Aries. 14th, Pluto trine true node. 14th, Mercury enters Aquarius. 16th, full moon Leo. 17th, Jupiter sextile Uranus. 18th, Sun enters Pisces. So Mercury is communication, and Mercury is going to be entering Aquarius, right? So 8th house. So your 8th house is Aquarius. So Mercury is entering your 8th house, and 8th house is all about communication, right? 8th house is all about will, secrets, occult, death, regeneration, finances, etc. So I'm going to say, be very careful in terms of what you're communicating with regards to your 8th house aspects, right? If you're talking about making a will, if you're talking about, making sure that your long-term finances are all in order, how you go about doing that, strategizing it. If you need to communicate with an attorney, if you need to communicate with your banker or your financial advisor and say, hey, this, and this is a great opportunity for you to be able to take care of that. And also I'm going to say, make sure that, let's say, for example, you are in the process of making a will or writing a will or doing anything, make sure you check it and check it again, because this is something that's going to have a permanent long lasting effect for a lot of people. It's going to stay in place for a while, right? Unless you go back and decide to change it sometime later. But I'm going to say your communication needs to be spot on. No ifs and buts. Read the fine print, read the fine print, read the fine print. Oh my God, absolutely read the fine print. I'm just going to say, read the fine print. Okay. If you are like, trying to keep some secrets, oh, communication, I don't know, y'all, a bit iffy there. Try to be as clear and above board as you can, okay? I mean, I'm not saying go around, telling everybody what your wills are, what your will is and where you left your money and your finances and all, but the spotlight is on that, 8th house, long-term finances. So please make sure that you know what you're doing. You read the fine print. You don't just blindly go and sign anything, okay? Take care. Then Sun enters Pisces on the 18th, and for you Cancer, Pisces is 9th house. So 9th house aspects are travel, higher education, intellect, father, etc., etc. And the Sun is entering your is going to be spotlighting your is going to be in your 9th house. So if you're planning on traveling, right, great opportunity for you to be able to travel, good time. And if you're at least making travel plans, then if you are thinking about your higher education, or if anything to do with your father or father figure, paternal aspect, right? Sun is paternal, moon is maternal, right? Maternal and paternal, so father and mother. So anything to do with your father, if you've had if you're planning on getting together with your father for some sort of a business deal, or maybe you'll just reconnecting or anything like that, all those aspects are definitely going to be highlighted. Great opportunity to patch relationships with the father figure if it is kind of a little bit iffy over there. Great time to make plans for travel, or maybe you're just traveling as well. And if you are wanting to pursue higher education, or if you're wanting to acquire some intellectual property or anything like that, this is a great opportunity for all of that. And I'm also going to say, if you own any intellectual property, or if there's any intellectual asset that you have, you need to safeguard it and make sure people don't get their hands on it and take advantage, and then ultimately you lose, if you know what I mean, right? Non-disclosures and non-compete, all those things. If you need to take care of all of that in your business area and your work area, yeah, absolutely do it. Go for it. You have to pay attention to the minutia. So after Cancer, it is a Leo. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, Leo. Oh my God, dog, keep quiet. He's sitting here and he's groaning. My beautiful Saint Bernard. So for my beautiful Leos, from February 15th to the 20th, Pallas enters Aries, Pluto trine true node, and Mercury enters Aquarius on the 14th of Feb. 16th of February, full moon in Leo, and 17th of February, Jupiter sextile Uranus, and February 18th, Sun enters Pisces. Listen, full moon in Leo, woo, your first house. Okay, first house is you, how you present yourself, how you like for people to perceive you, right? Let me rephrase it. How people look at you, what is the image you want to present to people. The spotlight is on you, the full moon is shining in your first house. So all your first house aspects, it's you, and you. So if there are things that, you've kind of been like, not sure about it, all that's going to be brought to the forefront. If there's something that you've been working on in terms of your self, your physical self maybe, or even how you present yourself, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you decided to go through a procedure, or you decided to change the color of your hair, or whatever, your physical self, right? Your first house, you, right? It's about you. The spotlight is on you. This is a great opportunity for you to either say, okay, now I'm launching myself. This is the launch date for me, right? I'm going to go and, what's the word? Present myself to society, if you will. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Not as in actually go and launch yourself, as in, but it's almost like a new you, right? And you feel confident, you feel great, you feel fantastic. But this is also a great opportunity to work on aspects of yourself where you have felt that, oh, I'm not too sure about this, or felt a little shaky, or weren't too confident, or kind of felt like, I need to build something, or build on this, or work on a certain aspect of myself that I wasn't too sure about, that I wasn't too confident about. Fantastic opportunity. And also, you will be amazed with the full moon in Leo, your first house. You will be amazed. You just might find out something about yourself you didn't even realize you had, or didn't even acknowledge, a good trait, a positive trait, a skill set. And okay, and also, people are going to be drawn to you for this week. I mean, see, every astrologer has their own way of looking the impact of full moons and new moons and this and that, and the indications and contraindications, sextiles, squares, and trines, and north node and south node, and all those things. Everybody has their own way of saying things and looking at things. But for me, I've always thought the first house is all about our self, right? Yes, our physical self. And then you have the full moon, and it's in your first house, right? So the spotlight is on you, how you present yourself, how you come across to people. This is also a time where I feel that there is a chance that if you had any flaws, you're going to be so brightly lit, because the full moon lights up everything, that people will see those flaws, but also the good aspect of you too. Great opportunity to work on yourself, to start something new too for yourself. And also, if you were on a trajectory where you were trying to work on some aspect of yourself that you felt needed work, it's now come full circle, and now it's done, now you're completed, and now the package is ready, you can present it. You know what I mean? But also, I'm going to say, you would be most attractive at this time too, right? And great opportunity to set goals for yourself. Absolutely great opportunity. Yes, they say new moon is when you set your intentions, and full moon is when the intentions come to completion. But no harm done in saying, hey, I'm going to start working on things right now. So get to the drawing board and start working on things right now. Maybe you just realize there's a part of you that you were really not too satisfied about, and you feel you can improve on a certain quality or character or aspect of you. And so now you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go back to the drawing board, and then I'm going to start working on it. So when the full moon comes about, I'm ready to launch. You know what I mean? So I hope so. I don't know, y'all. I mean, we can go into 20 different directions, right, with that. So where was that? Okay, and then let's look at Mercury entering Aquarius, right, for you. So Leo, Aquarius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh house is friends, marriage, partners, contracts, and relationships. So if Mercury is the planet of communication, and it's going to be in your seventh house, so which Aquarius is your seventh house, and seventh house aspects are friends, marriage, partners, contacts, and relationships. I'm going to tell you, be careful of how you communicate yourself, or how you basically communicate with either your relationships with your work people, your colleagues, your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your intimate relationships, your partner, your spouse. Be careful, watch yourself, be careful. This could be a time where communication, people can be overly sensitive, or they could be overly kind of, I don't know, almost like, I'm not sure, I don't know, oh, I have to think about it, I don't know what to do, can you decide for me? No, they got to make their own decisions. Okay, so, and don't let them sucker you into like, oh, I have to take care of them and let me make this emotional decision for them. No, don't do that. If you know what I mean. So again, watch your communication, right? Because if there's something you say, or you may not have actually said it, you may have just, I don't know, maybe insinuated it, and then they take it and they run with it. So be careful as to how you okay, so then what was I going to say? The sun enters Pisces, right? So Leo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house. The sun enters the 8th house. Pisces is your 8th house. And so that's your will, secrets, occult, death, regeneration, long-term finances. The sun is going to be in your house where all these aspects are highlighted. So if you need to work on your long-term finances, again, take care, make sure your communication with your loved ones and partnerships and contracts and all that is fine too, right? Communication, because it could affect your 8th house, and your 8th house is finances too. So remember that. Take care of that. And this is also a great opportunity for you to regenerate, in the sense, if you feel that something was not up to speed, 8th house aspect, then you can kind of, work on it and make sure that within a short period of time you are good to go. It's like, you're running on reserve and there's not enough fuel, so you want to make sure you get to the closest gas station and fill up. But now you've arrived at the gas station and you want, I don't know, high octane gas, but they don't have high octane gas. They have that, whatever the one lesser than that is. And now you're contemplating, is it going to hurt my car, or is it okay to at least fill in a gallon of... See, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not an automotive engineer or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying go and fill up your car with gasoline that's inappropriate for your engine and your automotive vehicle, right? That's not what I'm saying. But imagine the scenario. So now you have to make a decision. I don't know how far the next gas station is. What do I do? Make your decisions, right? So that's what I have to say for you, my beautiful Leos. Oh, I didn't even note down the time that I did this for Leos. Okay, thank you, everybody. I am going to now continue working on the other sun signs shortly. Okay, thank you. All right, so now we are going to be doing this week ahead astrology reading for my beautiful Virgos. Okay, so for you Virgos, February 14th, Pallas enters Aries, Pluto will trine True Node, and Mercury enters Aquarius. And on the 16th, you have full moon in Leo. 17th, Jupiter sextile Uranus. February 18th, Sun enters Pisces. Okay, so let's take a look. So from the top, so Mercury enters Aquarius on the 14th. So Virgo, for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aquarius is your 6th house, and if Mercury is entering your 6th house, 6th house has aspects of work, health, discipline, and habits. Remember, Mercury is all about communication, right? So if it is going to be with regards to your 6th house aspects, work, health, discipline, and habits, how, think about it. And Mercury is communication. So what do you need to do? Who do you need to communicate? What do you need to communicate with regards to your 6th house aspects, as in work, health, discipline, and habits? Now, let's just focus on work for a second. And if, communication is going to be heightened, there's going to be a focus of, people paying attention to how you communicate, how you respond, your skill sets as far as communicating, your intentions. And it's going to be a little bit like, people may kind of get a little touchy about it, touchy about things, and you'll be like, that's not what I meant. So pay attention to what you communicate, how you communicate, to whom you communicate, and when you communicate. So, and also with regards to, oh my God, excuse me, y'all. Woo! That was so loud. Sorry. I scared myself too. Woo! Oh my goodness. Excuse me. So, for some of you, maybe you're going to be hearing something with regards to your health, something that you were expecting to hear, or you didn't know, or you were waiting for some results and you were very stressed out about it. Maybe communication is going to come through over there with regards to that. Or for some of you, if y'all had been waiting to find out about, what's the word? What are my options as far as my health is concerned, and you were waiting to hear on it, maybe your health insurance, whatever. Those things are all, anything to do with communication, all of those things are going to be aspected. Some of them you may not necessarily like, and some of them will be just the news you want. But however, I'm going to say that there's a little bit of a emotional aspect to the communication this week, okay? And remember, time and energy is fluid, so don't really fret about it and say, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. No, it's not. Not that I know, though, anyway. So then let's look at full moon in Leo, okay? Full moon in Leo. So Virgos, Leo is your 12th house. So all 12th house aspects such as karma, hidden supports, institutions, etc. So if the full moon is aspecting your 12th house, and Leo is your 12th house, if you have any goings on and dealings with any institutions, you're waiting, or I hate to say this, but if any of you know of anybody or any Leo person in your family who may have been like, what's the word, who may have been waiting on the sidelines for a sentencing, this will come through. If you're waiting to hear about any grants, this will come through. If you're waiting to hear some decisions that are going to be made with regards to with regards to your 12th house issues, maybe somebody you didn't know was supporting you, is supporting you, anything that is hidden as far as that aspect is concerned, all those things, anything regarding institutions, whatever kind of institutions, all those things are going to be brought to the surface, okay? So I'm going to say if some things have been hidden from you for a reason, you're going to find out about it now. If any people were hiding stuff and they were playing hooky and not telling you things that you should have known, keeping information from you, all those things are going to you are going to come to find out. Then let's look at the sun enters Pisces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pisces is your 7th house. The 7th house is friends, marriage, partners, contracts, and relationships. So, and if the sun is entering your 7th house, and 7th house is all about relationships, partners, and contracts, maybe you might end up getting engaged, or maybe your significant other might propose to you, or you might propose to somebody, or maybe you'll be signing a new contract, but with Jupiter there, I'm going to say it could be something lasting, but then again I'm going to say make sure that you're not confused. Make sure if you have any doubts or anything regarding your 7th house aspects or contracts or whatever, if you're signing contracts, be it with work, or maybe getting married, or maybe buying a property, or maybe getting into a contract with a buyer, a seller, a builder, a real estate agent, or a partner, you're going into business with a family member or whatever, pay attention to detail, as you should always, but make sure that you're not confused, or make sure there are no illusions over there. Make sure you understand the reality of it and what you're signing and the implications of that, okay? So that's what I have to say for you. Okay, let's move on. After Virgo, we have Libra. Oh, what is the time? So for you, my beautiful Librans, February 14, Pallas enters Aries, Pluto to trine true node, Mercury enters Aquarius. 16th of February, full moon in Leo. 17th of February, Jupiter sextile Uranus. 18th of February, Sun enters Pisces. So let's look at the important aspects. So Mercury enters Aquarius on the 14th, and for you Libra, Aquarius is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your communication, how you communicate to your kids, how do you communicate with your significant others, I'm going to say be careful as to how you communicate, and do not speculate, okay? If somebody writes you an email, or somebody sends you a text message, or somebody says something, don't speculate. If you are not sure, just me being me, I'll say, hey, what do you mean by this? What did you mean by this? I don't know. I'm not sure if I understood you correctly, or I don't know what to make of it. Can you please help me understand? That's me. That's how I do it. I don't just assume. Okay. And, excuse me, assumptions are just that, assumptions. So I never assume. I just kind of, ask. No harm done in asking, right? So yeah. Excuse me. So if any of you all are being naughty and are having relationships with people who you shouldn't be having relationships, more so because you are already in a committed relationship. Look, I'm not here to preach, y'all. Listen, listen, listen. Who am I to say don't do this or don't do that? Who am I to say that, but yet I'm saying, you know what I mean? So if you all are having a little something going on the side, I'll tell you what, your significant other, whoever you're having a committed relationship with, they're going to find out. The shites is going to hit the fan. So somebody's going to call you bluff as far as your communication is concerned, particularly if it is regarding love affairs or kids or anything like that, or some goings-ons. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. It's a little sketchy, but you're smart, you're an adult, you know how to deal with it. Okay, so let's look at the full moon for you, my beautiful Libras. Full moon is in Leo. Right, Leo is your 11th house. So 11th house aspects are like-minded people, groups, and friends, and you have a full moon over there. Oh, emotions could be running high with your friends or groups of people who you've been associated with, or they could be a little bit of a, well, I can't believe he said that, and oh, why would you know that, or I don't understand why so-and-so has to always be doing this, and I thought our group was like this, and the usual little bickering bull crap that goes on. But I'm also going to say you're going to be able to see with glaring clarity whether you really belong to this group or this bunch of people, whether you really do gel with them, whether you do, get along with them, whether this is a deeper relationship or is it just something that you have kind of been, I got cold, you're kind of just got carried away with the wave and you just went on, and now you're going to be sitting and thinking, I don't know, do I really want to continue to be a part of this or not? Okay, whatever the group may be, friends, group of people at work, I don't know, whatever group, okay? You know what groups you're talking about, like-minded people, etc. You may come to find out, oh my God, I can't stand the sight of this, or oh my God, I can't believe that I've been associated with these people for such a long time. Now I see we never saw eye to eye from the word get-go. All right. And then Sun enters Pisces. Oh my God, I'm sorry I'm laughing. I'm not laughing to be mean, but it's like I'm seeing the scenarios play out, the actual scenes, like the things that are happening. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I literally see somebody sitting in somebody's backyard or under the porch, okay, on those white plastic chairs, and they're having this conversation, and somebody excuses themselves and gets up and goes inside to get a drink or whatever, and there are a couple, 2-3 people sitting outside, and they're all rolling their eyes and, oh my God, that sort of stuff. Okay, Sun enters Pisces, and for you, Libra, Pisces is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. So your work, your health, discipline, and habits are going to be under the spotlight. This is the fantastic opportunity for you to be able to go for the goal, to focus, focus on what really is important for you. What is it that, oh my God, excuse me. What is it that you really should do, okay, with regards to all of this? I mean, make hay where the sun shines. Make hay when the sun shines. That's all I'm going to say. All right, this is great opportunity, Libra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. Listen, if you're planning on starting a new diet, a new discipline, or a new job, or you're trying to break some habits and form new habits, fantastic time, go for it. Next, after Libra, we have Scorpio. Oh my goodness. Do you hear that snoring? Bernard, are you snoring, baby? Okay, Scorpio. So for you, my beautiful Scorpio, on the 14th, Mercury enters Aquarius. 16th, we have a full moon in Leo. And 18th, Sun enters Pisces. So let's talk about Mercury entering Aquarius on the 14th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So Aquarius is your fourth house. So fourth house, when Mercury enters your fourth house, that's talk about communication, communicating your emotions, communicating with a mother figure, communicating with family members, communicating, talking about talking with your loved ones, about your loved ones, about what you need to do, how you need to go about, maybe trying to figure out, hey, where do we go from here? Or, communication with regards to a maternal figure, somebody you look up to as a mom, or your mom, how do you talk to her? Where your relationship's a little frayed, and now you're like kind of trying to reconnect, albeit not like 0 to 100, slowly, right? Both of you are headstrong, and so therefore both of you were like, oh well, and you go this way, she goes this way. How sometimes moms could be like, well, I'm just going to let him go, he's going to have to figure this out on his own, type of situation, or she's going to have to find a way, excuse me, tough love. So your relationship, this is a great opportunity. I think your relationship is going to slowly start building back up, because your communication is, which has been frayed, all those connections, those wires are going to get connected again. So those wires are not frayed anymore. So I love it. So then we have the full moon in Leo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th house. So full moon in your 10th house, right? And your 10th house is career, reputation, morals, and life goals. Look, Leo is all about taking action. Leo is all about going bigger, and bold. It's like, taking the lead, taking the initiative, wanting to saying, hey, I can do it. I'm a leader. I'm going to go for it. So, and when we talk about the full moon in Leo, and did I say that was your 10th house? Yeah. So 10th house is career, reputation, morals, and life goals. Look, take the initiative. Be the leader that you are. Don't kind of hem and haw. Don't worry about what people think or say. It's like, go for it. I mean, you're in the driver's seat, honey. Like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Have you chartered your your course? Excuse me, have you chartered your course? My throat feels dusty for some reason. I don't know why. That's the best way I can explain it. Whenever I say that, my friends say, what the hell are you meaning? I'm like, that's the only way. Excuse me, not dry, but dusty. I don't know how to, I don't know. So, hang on, Scorpio. I'm going to open those curtains. Boo, haven't you had enough of sleep already? You need to sleep some more? Oh my goodness, puppy. The amount you sleep. Okay. There's a particular time of day, sundown, when the sun gets like right in my face. It's really beautiful, but I can only take it for a couple minutes, and then I'm like, oh my God, I can't. All right, Scorpio, right? Hang on, Scorpio. I'm sorry, I kind of got sidetracked a little. So take control, okay? You're in the driver's seat, Scorpio. Now you're in a position where you need to be the leader. You're in the driving seat. Go for it. Make your decisions. Go for it. Absolutely. Go forth. The sun is shining on you. Then we have, that's full moon in Leo. Then we have sun enters Pisces on the 18th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth house. Sun enters your fifth house, which is your love affairs, speculations, and if you have kids, etc. When the sun enters that spot, it's like that whole aspect of your life is illuminated. So if you are... See, I always say this, if you are in a situation where you're speculating about something, well, speculation in and unto itself as a word, per the Merriam dictionary or Webster's or whatever dictionary, go look it up, right? It's to speculate. It's like, look up the word, you know what I mean. I shouldn't say never, it doesn't always work out well when we speculate on something, right? Taking a chance when we speculate on something. It's always good to go into a situation knowing everything that we need to know. Having said that, even then sometimes things may not necessarily go according to plan. But in this particular instance, I'm going to say if you are in a relationship that is not committed and you're thinking about it and you're speculating about it, you have to make a decision pretty soon. Don't hem and haw. Don't hem and haw. If you are in a situation where you're having a love affair, this is the time where you're going to say, look, I'm going to continue with this relationship, or no, I'm not. What do you want to do, Scorpio? What do you want to do? You're in the driver's seat. You do what you need to do, right? Okay, I'm going to stop with that. Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, for you, let me say, the Mercury will enter Aquarius on the 14th. 16th full moon is going to be in Leo. And on February 18th, the sun enters Pisces. So let's look at Mercury entering Aquarius on the 14th. So Aquarius is your third house and Mercury is communication. And when we talk about communication, and your third house is about your immediate environment and short trips. So when you're communicating to people, with people who are in your immediate environments, be very, very clear about what you say, how you come across. Okay. I'm also going to say, this is not a time, this is my opinion, this is not a time for you to hold back. If you need to call a spade, see, first and foremost, Sagittarius does not need any encouragement to call a spade a spade. I know, I'm a Sagittarius. We have no qualms and we don't hesitate to shoot straight from the hip, right? You ask us a question, we'll give you an answer. But if you are afraid to hear an honest answer, then do not ask us a question. That's basically as Sagittarians, right? So I'm going to say that communicating with your people immediately around you in your immediate environment, your family, your home, your immediate circle of friends, your immediate circle of co-workers, maybe your immediate neighbors, etc. All that's going to be highlighted. What you say, how you say, why you said what you said, what was your intention, what was the impact you intended it to have, what was the impact you intended your statement to have. And I'm also going to say, for this week, you're going to have a good play of words. You're going to be playing some psychological games with your words. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting for you. And I think you're doing this for... You're going to be doing this for a very specific agenda. It's almost like with the intention to want to flush out some toxic, fake, falsity or lie. So so you're saying what you're saying because you know what that other person might not know why you're saying what you're saying, but you know, because you're trying to flush out the truth from them. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm explaining myself properly, but anywho, ask me in the comment section if you didn't get it. I will do another video or maybe have a live stream, who knows, where you all can ask these questions. So then let's look at full moon in Leo. Leo is your 9th house and full moon is in your 9th house. So higher education, travel. There is a possibility you may make travel plans, or if you have been traveling, you may be like, okay, coming to the tail end of the travel and it was a fantastic travel, or maybe now is an opportunity, excuse me, where you're going to be making travel plans, long distance travel plans. Sun enters Pisces on the 18th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth house. So Sun entering your 4th house, and Pisces and you both share the same ruling planet, right? Jupiter, of course, Neptune also rules Pisces. There's a lot of commonality between Pisces and Sag, I want to say. Surprise, surprise, my mom was a Pisces and here I am, a Sagittarius. So there's a weird kind of connection Pisces and Sagittarius have. It's really weird. Oh my God, excuse me. So for you, 1, 2, 3, 4th house. So 4th house is... I need my glasses. I'm wearing my contacts too, but... Excuse me, y'all. I don't know what's going on over here with my throat. Sun enters Pisces, so it's your 4th house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, emotions, home, mother, family roots, etc. So with the sun entering that or shining on your fourth house aspects, so everything to do with your home, everything to do with your emotions, your emotions about your mother, your emotions that you have been holding on, all those things are going to be spotlighted. All those things are going to be spotlighted. And I'm telling you, this is a time where you're going to be thinking about, your family and the meaning and the roots, and do you belong to your family, what your place in your family is. All those things are going to come. It could be a slightly emotional time for you. And I'm going to say for you, Sagittarius, pay attention to your dreams. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. Lot of emotions, thinking. It's not that you're going to be sitting there crying, but emotions as in you're thinking about a lot of stuff. Emotional introspection, a lot. That aspect of your life is all coming to the forefront. And now all these months or whatever where you said, I don't want to deal with it now, I don't want to look into it now, well, listen, look, it's in your lap, deal with it. That type of thing. Okay. Capricorn. Then we have Aquarius. Okay, for Capricorn, we are at 24 minutes and 22 seconds. Y'all, I keep this short, but if y'all want more detail, ask me. I will be happy to do detailed readings. Okay, for Capricorn, for y'all, Mercury enters Aquarius on the 14th, and Aquarius is your second house. And second house is your values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, etc. Right? So with Mercury, it talks about communication. And it also talks about speed. Look, things may change really, really quickly with regards to your ability to earn income. In other words, your job. Okay, either you'll be like, oh, okay, all right, fine. You may have gotten a job offer recently and you went, sure. And now all of a sudden, Mercury is there and they'll call you and they'll say, you need to report to work tomorrow. Or you get an email and say, you need to show up at such and such a place at such and such a time. Okay. And they may also suddenly send you an email, or they may talk to you and say, hey, listen, Jane Doe or John Doe, this is what we discussed, but we decided to go ahead with this, and this. So it can be a double-edged sword. Maybe you are actually getting a job that you didn't think you're going to get, but they'll say 90 days probation, or, whatever performance evaluation after 90 days. Maybe you're getting a little bit lesser pay than you thought you would, but then the chances of you getting a job become permanent, making your job becoming a permanent position, is also very high. But I'm also going to say, if they're saying things to you and not putting anything down in paper, make sure you get it in writing. That sort of a scenario. Okay. If somebody is trying to take advantage of a talent that you have, maybe you have a hobby or an artist, or maybe you are your hobby is to do animation and things like that, and saying, hey, give me this and I'll give you so much, or do this for me and I'll do. No, get it in writing. Then full moon is in Leo, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house. Your 8th house is long-term finances, wills, and etc. So the full moon is shining on all of that, long-term finances. If you're having any any issues in terms of, hey, I need to make a will, or there's some secrets, or anything regarding to that, or even if you're having issues in terms of, how shall I phrase this without coming across as being insensitive? If one is struggling with their libido per se, let's put it that way, all that is going to come to light now. Come to light in a good way, because now you're able to go and seek the necessary therapy or treatment or what have you. Or if some of you out there, again, I'm being very respectful, I've just found out you're addicted to porn or whatever, and now it's all come up in the open. Finally, you're going to be able to get the therapy that you need, things like that. It's not going to be a secret anymore. If you have been keeping something secretive, that's all going to come up to the fore. You're not going to be able to hide it. Okay. Then you have Sun enters Pisces on the 18th. So Pisces is the third house, and third house talks about travel and short trips in your immediate environment. Pay attention to your neighbors, pay attention to people who sit beside you at work, pay attention to your immediate team members and your co-workers, your immediate family members and your neighborhood, the place where you stay. Pay attention, be careful, okay? I'm going to say be careful. You could be taking short trips too. This is a great time to take a short journey this week, right? I say go for it. All right, next let's go on to Aquarius. Aquarius, for you, Mercury enters Aquarius on February 14th. So Mercury is in your first house, right? First house is communicating. If somebody calls you up and says, hey, we need you to come for an interview. Now tell us about yourself. For example, tell us about yourself. What are you going to do? Oh, my poo don't stink, and I am the next best thing to sliced bread, or I am the sliced bread. How are you going to present yourself? How are you going to communicate about yourself? How are you going to pitch yourself as, hey, I am the person for you. I am the person for this organization, and you shouldn't be looking anywhere else. I mean, why are you looking somewhere else? Why are you even thinking you need to go find somebody else? I'm sitting right here, right? And again, first house, communication. Don't get cocky with your communication. Like, don't think that when you say things and whatever, people don't pay attention. You may think, I don't think they really paid attention. They actually are paying attention. So Mercury in your first house, spotlight is on you, and how it's not just communication as in verbally, body language, subtle signals we send to people, right, subconsciously, that we are not half the time not even aware of, that sort of a thing. So pay attention to all aspects of communication, if you will, and slow down. Mercury is all about speed. Yeah, here and yeah, no, oh, okay, there. No, don't do that. Slow down, dial it back, take it back a couple of notches, slow down. You don't have to rush off into space. It's okay. You don't have to be driving at 100 miles an hour. You don't need to be communicating like, oh, somebody sent me an email right now I have to respond. No, don't. It'll backfire on you. Okay, excuse me. Ooh. And then we have full moon in Leo, 7th house. So the full moon is going to be in your 7th house. Friends, marriage, partners, contacts, and relationships. I'm going to say, unfortunately, for some of you, I feel like some relationships are going to come to an end. I do feel that some of y'all, your relationships are going to come to an end. It's like, ooh, yeah, sorry, I can't do it no more. Sorry, I tried. Yeah, it's not working for me anymore. It's not you, it's me, that type of a scenario. Yeah. What can I say? Then we have for Aquarius, Sun enters Pisces, right? So Pisces is your second house, and your second house values, talents, possessions, your ability to earn income. Sun is entering your second house. I am going to say, make hay while the sun shines. Make hay while the sun shines. All aspects about how your talents are your talents noticed, how you value yourself. There is a possibility you might acquire some possessions, like materialistic possessions. There's a possibility your earning income may kind of go up, or they may say, hey, you got the certification, so we're going to give you a little bit more. So this is all regarding how you value yourself too, and how are you using utilizing or maximizing your talents. Are you even? So pay attention to all those things. This is a great week for that, okay? So let's move on to Pisces. Pisces at 32, 35. Okay. For you, Pisces, we have Mercury enters Aquarius. So Aquarius is your 12th house. So what is it that you've been hiding with regards to certain aspects of your life? If there is something with regards to institutions or supports, maybe you were waiting to hear from an organization or an institution to give you the support. Maybe, I don't know, disability, or help with health insurance or financing or student loan, all those things, right? Things are going to pick up pace for you, really going to pick up pace. And if there's something that you've been hiding for the longest time, that's also going to pick up pace and come to the forefront. So you can't pick and choose. It's a package deal. Then you have full moon in Leo. Sixth house. Sixth house is work, health, discipline, and habits. So I'm going to say, with the full moon in your sixth house, if you've been sitting on your behind and not paying attention to your health, or just being lackadaisical with regards to your work, all those things are going to come to a full circle right now. There is a possibility that for some of you a project may end. There's a possibility some of you may be retiring. There's a possibility some of you may be let go. So be careful. Unfortunately, yeah, some of us retire. We are forced to retire, or we are sacked, or we are let go, or I don't know, benched, or whatever you want to call it. So for some of you all may be happy and say, thank God, finally. And some of you may say, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This is not the outcome I was looking forward to. Some of them, they may say, look, we can't give you 40 hours anymore. We're going to have to give you a little bit less. So it's the luck of the draw. But, sometimes things can be a little difficult. But if you keep your chin up, you will be able to handle it well. Because on February 18th, the sun enters Pisces, and Pisces is your first house. And the first house is all about you, how you present yourself. So even if you have lost a job, even if you have been benched, even if your hours have been reduced, even if maybe some things that were hidden has come to light, or even if where, whatever, little bit negative has happened, if one door shuts, another one opens. So don't be all sad and hang your head down and say, oh my God, how am I going to get out of this? Because you're pretty soon going to have the sun, okay, is going to enter Pisces, the first house. So now, before you even know it, before you can catch your breath, and before you can even mourn per se, the spotlight's back on you, and now you have a great opportunity to start afresh. I'd say that is fantastic, isn't it? I say that is a fantastic thing, because you were all sitting and moping around and say, oh my God, look what happened. I didn't expect this. And of course, some of you all may be like, I'm happy I retired, because now a whole new life starts, a whole new life cycle, and yay. But for some of you all may be like, I can't believe I lost my job. I just bought this house 3 months ago. How am I going to make the payments? And all of a sudden now you're back in the spotlight because another door opened, and this door is leading you on a better path. I love it, love it, love it, right? So keep your chin up. We all go through these cycles in life. It's very difficult when we are in a situation, like I say that all the time. I better note, better say whatever. What is that? Intro is when you start, and end-tro is when you end. I just cooked up that word. So, sometimes stuff happens in life, right? Like we, can't deal with situations. Sometimes it's really tough. The universe throws a curveball at us. We are not prepared to catch it. We hurt our fingers. We drop the ball. Things happen. It is what it is. But no situation is going to remain the same forever and a day, because cyclical nature of energies and life, it's always, things are going to constantly move. But if an individual chooses to stay in that particular situation and wants to be stuck, that nobody can do anything about it. The universe is saying, look, honey, no, look, go. But if this person says, no, I don't want to go, I want to be here, then the universe is saying, okay, fine, be there then. What are you going to do? So I don't say things like this because I'm insensitive. I'm just looking at it from a very practical perspective, okay? Because, yes, for a lot of people, life is difficult. I mean, good Lord, just look at the TV, watch the news. Whew. But when we have been given opportunities, let's not lose the opportunities, right? The universe does give us opportunities. It gives us a chance to kind of fix things and to be able to move forward. But if we repeatedly keep telling the universe, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, then the universe will say, fine, fine, moving on. So take that for what it is. So thank you so very much for watching my videos. I hope you enjoy it. Please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and please let me know in the comment section, are these readings too short for you? Is it not detailed enough? Is it too detailed? Is it just correct? Because I want to, like I say time and time and again, I would be more than happy to do in-depth readings, but I think it kind of just gets muddied because, first and foremost, like, tell me what I need to know. Simple. Some people may say, no, I want to know all the details, right? So, again, if you want a personal reading, do let me know. I do personal readings. Email me at my email address is therealastrology1123@gmail.com email, and then I'll send you, the birth charts and all that stuff that I do, and also the pricing, so that way you know. And it's not something that is computer printed and I just email it to you and say, here you go, this is what you wanted, this is, no. That's not how I do it. My consultations are one-on-one. I either do it via WhatsApp or Zoom, and it's not just printing a chart, it's actually talking and discussing, where you ask questions. Okay, so when is a good time for me to do this? When is a good time for me to do that? What should I do this? That sort of stuff. It's very, very interactive. Okay, once more time, thank you so very much, everybody. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to spend your time watching my videos. That is... I'm blown away. Thank you so very much for your patience. And with me talking to my dog and my dog groaning and getting up to close the curtains and open the curtains, I'm sorry, y'all. That's just me, okay? It's just me. I don't get too much into editing and all that. First and foremost, I'm not that tech savvy. Secondly, I really don't have the patience to do all of that. But anyway, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Blessed be. And namaskar, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.